If we want to generate our data bank for biological data, what would be different steps required for this generation? Actually, these steps can vary based on user requirements, such as some users may directly start from data integration techniques and then they move towards generating their DBs and then presenting that information in the form of reports. But commonly we can say that there should be at least 3 specific steps that should be common for any data bank generation. These steps are basically, number 1, to identify integration technique for your data bank. So what were those integration techniques? There were 3 techniques. Number 1 was data warehouse, number 2 was federated databases, and the third one was semantic data integration techniques. Second step is identify list of databases which would be part of your data bank. And the third step, finally step, would be to identify or to present your schema of your database. What would be the schema of your database? Let us look into details of these steps. So first step was identification of integration techniques. So at first level, we will identify that what is our integration technique. So that integration technique can be data warehouse, federated, or semantic based. I have used the word mediator for federated databases, of course. So difference was again how we select if we want to use data warehouse, semantic, or federated. If we have huge storage available, for example, if we have good storage money and plus storage devices available at our location, then we will go towards warehouse or semantic based technique. Why? Because in both these techniques we need one location, physical location, where all the data would be downloaded from different databases and stored at our own location. Instead, if we don't have good physical storage available, then we will go towards federated databases, where we will not store information at our own servers. We will just use different databases, and then based on queries, we will give our queries and get the results for users. The other step is list of databases. We will decide that what sort of information would be used for our data bank. Common information is again for DNA, RNA, or protein structures, and we can of course use other organisms informations also, such as viruses, bacteria, etc. So once we have identified these things, so then we have to know what is the structure of different DNAs, RNAs, or protein structures. What does this mean? That we should know inner details of this information. For example, for DNA, we should know what is nucleotide sequences and what are the basis sequences, how DNA sequencing is being performed, and how it will be stored in our physical data bank storage. And finally, we have to prepare schema for our data bank. So what is schema? Schema would be based on our integration technique. For example, if we are using data warehouse, then what we require, most common technique would be relational databases, that we will define, okay, how our data will be stored. It would be in the form of tables, and what will be happening, the data would be rows and columns format, and there would be some physical location, common physical location for all the databases. Similarly, if it is in semantic data based integration technique, then we have to define ontologies for our data. So these ontologies can be standard ontologies, or we can define our new ontologies. And finally, if we are using mediator based techniques, then we should have some mechanism which users can use to write their own queries, because this technique is based on queries and subqueries. So there should be a mechanism which helps in writing different queries. So what will happen for these queries and for all this information, we would require some parsers. Parsers, what does this mean? They will convert information, user information, in the information which can be understood by our data bank. And finally, we need some access methods for our data bank. So access method means through which users of our system can interact with the data bank. Interaction means they can submit their results and they can retrieve or get their results also from our data bank.